Hello, greetings everyone. My name is Luke Elijah. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm here at Bali Spirit Festival 2016, and Bali is this wonderful island paradise of the gods, and with me is spiritual practitioner and cleansing and detox specialist Miko Wertlieb. Thank you, Michael, for agreeing to come into my talk show and sharing with us your specialty and what you have to offer to the world. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background, how you got started into being a detox specialist and doing spiritual and holistic work?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for having me. So my spiritual journey and health has always been an interest. I've just always believed in the power of nature and food as the medicine. And so when I felt lonely or when I didn't feel well, I would go make a juice. I wouldn't go towards the medications. I would go out into the forest and just be. And this was always an urge. Always since I was a child, I was very interested in animals and trees and plants, and so always gravitated towards a farm life and this idealistic vision that I could live and create my own farm where I could grow food and eat right from the tree, fresh produce. And so that was always has been a constant theme in my life. And after I finished college and did the whole education, everything my parents wanted me to do, I went and explored all my other interests, and that was the earth. And so I have studied yoga for like 14 years and
14 years, wow.
Meditation and all different sorts of body work and healing modalities and energy and massage and emotional healing, and I traveled the world and I worked on many organic farms about connecting with the earth and that is the medicine, because now that we live in cities and we're a bit more disconnected from nature, it was just always my dream is to go live out in the country, and so I really have taken advantage of that the last 10 years after college. And so and on my journey, on my path of learning the organic farming and permaculture and the yoga and all this, doing different retreats and classes, I was introduced to fasting. And a lot of people have resistance to fasting because everyone likes to eat, of course, and we get fearful. What's going to happen to me? Am I going to die if I skip a meal?
Yes.
But so meeting a wonderful teacher who I work with in Bali, Andrea Page Davis, she led me through a week-long fast. I was having some ailments. I was having some virus issues and some issues with my digestion and just not feeling fully vibrant. And so I wound up doing 7 days of fasting, just a little bit of juice and water for a week, and it completely changed my body. And not only did I feel healthier, more vibrant, it changed what I was craving, what I wanted to eat after the fasting, but also it empowered me that I am my own healer, that
it's all self-healing.
It's all self-healing, and to really embrace the spiritual gifts of relying on yourself and having contact with dimensions that might be different than our ordinary earthly plane, because by having food and beverage and coffee and alcohol,
it densifies you. It keeps you trapped in the lower dimensional existence.
So it's an opportunity to expand in other ways and just see different perspectives. And then so after this fasting, my teacher, she recommended I try this woods method, Colonic Hydrotherapy, that it's not really a true detox unless things are coming out of you. And this was really the missing element of my study with food and nutrition and farming, is the other aspect. We're all talking about what we're putting into our bodies, but no one's talking about what's coming out or what's not coming out.
How you eliminate the waste products, the toxins, flushing it out of your system.
And so I listened to her and I tried this type of therapy, the Woods method, Colonic Hydrotherapy, and I just started loving the way my body felt. I just had so much energy and felt light, and my tap into emotions through this area of our body. We could also, in spiritual yoga practice, we call them chakras, these are areas that have a lot of information, our sense of family, our sense of belonging, our our tribal needs, our desires, our sexuality, our creativity, our motivation, our productivity, our work life, and we store a lot of information. So we don't always access this. So by putting water up into the body in a very safe way and eliminating a lot of energy, a lot of things that we've carried, can be extremely healing on multiple levels. And the physical is the most outstanding. Is we really live in a world right now where the planet is in trouble because it's very polluted. Our water systems, our air systems, our food systems, and we're often
Completely.
eating things these days that aren't really meant for human consumption.
Not at all. Very artificial and laden with chemicals and petrochemicals and all kinds of things that a human should not even ingest and consume. Yeah.
Yeah, so our body sees these as foreign objects, as toxins, and it goes into the body as inflammation and symptoms. And when people come into my clinic, we have all sorts of ailments: constipation, headaches, irritable bowel syndrome, parasites, memory fog. It could be mind, body, spirit, all these things that most people are walking around the streets today and have some sort of digestive or body ailment, symptom that's preventing them from feeling fully vibrant and healthy. And they don't really understand why this is happening. And in my belief system, what I've been practicing with thousands of clients the last few years, is it's really a hand to mouth. It's what we're eating, but it's very important also that we need a little help, that we're also having help eliminating the toxins, because stress is a toxin too. So it's such a simple process of just cleansing with water. This is nothing new. This is something that the ancient Egyptians used to do, thousands of years old practice. And it's just cleansing. We consider the colon, the large intestine, which is my arm span, about 5 feet long. One of the biggest ways to improve the health of the body is to access and to clean this part of the body. But we really consider it to be an external organ. So never cleaning the colon, especially in this modern day, is like never brushing your teeth, because your mouth is an external organ. So it's just a simple wash of water in a very natural technique. No machine involved, just the gravity of nature falling, the water falling to the body, and the body can accept and use as much water as it wants, and then it can release.
Is it a painful process?
I would not say it's painful. I would not practice it if it was painful.
Okay.
A lot of people have taboo about this part of the body.
Yeah, I think it's gross or dirty.
Yeah, but this is human nature. We all do it.
Yeah.
And do you want to feel sparkly and clean and full of energy and have great skin and smell good and have nice breath? All these benefits from internal cleansing. So for 35 minutes on the table with a certified practitioner who can help you eliminate better, then you can go home and your colon is actually stronger. We're actually exercising and toning the colon. So you go home and you're going more often. The colon is our biggest means of elimination, and most people are not going properly. What we consider to be healthy normal at my clinic is once per meal per day, and this is often news for a lot of people. We see it with babies, we see it with dogs. Something goes in, something comes out, but now with modern time, with food and stress, we're not going that often. So we're trying to get our clients to be going that many times a day, and you feel good, and you're jumping, and you want to be joyful and share your laughter and your love with everybody, and you don't feel bogged down, you don't feel sick. It's very, very simple, and that's it. And we really believe that through the practice of colon cleansing, colon hydrotherapy, which is so simple, so safe, and doing the homework of eating a proper diet, more fruits, more vegetables, more water, containing things, the river of life. We are 85% water. You need to keep the water stream moving. Between that and maybe even adapting practices like self-healing, like fasting, can really improve the health, where we can eliminate, reverse, and prevent all diseases.
Speaking of fasting, Michael, what if someone during a fast he starts to feel hungry and tempted to eat something? Should he honor that, or should he just, surrender and try to shift his focus somewhere else, and then that hunger will hunger pangs will kind of dissipate? What should the person do who's trying to fast?
If someone's trying to fast, it's something that we would want to review if you're under a doctor's care, had medications, things like this. But if you're relatively healthy, not on too much medication and things like this, fasting is very safe. It has to be supervised your first time, and you just start slow. You start with 1 day, then maybe a week later you try 2 days, or next month, and you just keep on building. It's a practice. You don't want to necessarily dive into a 30-day juice fast or water fast. It's very intense for the body. So what happens when you get hungry? First thing, drink more water. Drink 2 glasses of water and see if you're still hungry. But no, it's the most valuable thing my teacher has said to me is it's all in your mind. It's all in your brain. It actually takes the body about 42 days to reach real hunger. So everything else is mostly dehydration. It's the same hormone, hunger and being thirsty. So have some water. And yes, it does feel different not to eat. But once we do some cleansing and we do some rest, this is what the fasting is all about, is giving the body rest. It's like having a factory that works 365 days a year. If you don't give your employees a day off, they're going to get upset and they're not going to work very well. And that's what happens
I like
with
the
the body.
analogy. Well, what if someone is trying to build his body, he wants big muscles, and he's worrying that fasting might deteriorate all his hard work and his muscles are going to strain? How do you reconcile something like that? For someone who does not want to lose the body mass or weight.
Well, most weights that people are going to lose doing a few days of fasting is water weight and inflammation. It's ketosis doesn't kick in to at least 1 to 2 weeks afterwards in a very small way. So that being said, there's a time where we do fasting and we honor being more introspective and cleansing our body. But then there's times to rebuild. So after we do a few days of fasting, whatever your practice might be, the body is cleaner and it can absorb
more nutrients, totally, yes.
So then we go back to rebuilding, and we're eating healthy foods, hopefully plant-based nutrition, with a clean slate. Like I said, if those workers are working every day, they're going to get tired, they're going to get sick. So a more energized, rebalanced factory is going to be more productive.
Beautiful. Thank you, Michael, for all your expertise. That was very insightful even for myself. Right? How can the audience reach you? Where can they go to hire you for their services for a colon hydrotherapy session? Just to speak to you about your expertise and advice.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm based out of Bali, Indonesia, and working for a yoga center here, and where we see hundreds of clients a month, and returning clients from all around the world. And so the best way to reach me is via email, and it's my last name, Wertlieb, WERTLIEB @gmail.com, and I'm open. I can give you information about coming to Bali, Indonesia, and doing different detox retreats that I'm involved in here. Or I'm open to travel, and the Colonics unit is actually quite small and simple to set up in other places. So definitely open to sharing on private gigs and retreats for people who are interested and don't have this sort of services where they live. So I'm happy to share this, and this is my joy and my passion to expose this to the world, because I want to see people healthy and happy, enjoying their life and using their resources in a good way. And so we need to all take care of each other, and yeah.
Alright, thank you again, Michael, for all those insightful informations and for your service. We hope to see you again soon. Thank you guys for watching this video. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more interesting videos to come. Namaste.